Testing 1, 2, 3. We got our music. We got the mic. We got the chat. Here we go. Here we go. Welcome, family, friends, followers, likers, subscribers, even you dislikers. You know what? It's just been many days again since I've been able to get out here. So today we're gonna just get caught up and bring imBestefar back online with some fun activity. You know, when I mean fun activity, I mean this kind. You know what I'm saying? Been outside. So as we take a look at the reserves, both reserves have legends, and I've been so busy. I've been working on other things, as you know. Talk about that later. Let's just dive right on in, because I think I know where both of these are. We're going to start with GRR, and it has honestly, it has been forever since I've caught Big Larry. And let's just open up my pictures and see if we can find a copy of Big Larry. Get my old man glasses off me. Alright, getting closer. Getting closer. And what I'm trying to get to is, what did we use last time when we caught this old feller? It occurs to me, and here's a picture. We use cheese, and look at that rod, and look at that reel. So it makes me want to have just a brief conversation, because I went looking on the Discord today, and everybody was pretty much saying that you had to have a bait caster's rod. And that's not what I used. Obviously, I used the Stale rod from the Norwegian Reserve Quest, and the strongest reel I had, which is the strongest spinner reel in game, which is the True Champion, or the Pure Champion, or whatever it's called there. And I was able to bring them in, so I really want to try with that, but we've got other options. Okay, we do have other options, and cheese was used. Okay, so let's just get in game again, and let's have some fun. It's been a while. I've got some coffee here. I can get myself all hyped up. You know, it's been so long that the game didn't know where to log me in at. But it's got the fish active, and we're gonna zone in down here to the main reserve and just take a peek. A real live customer. Alright, I got plenty of that. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have cheese. Got cheese on hand, 40 of it. None of it's in the backpack though, so let's do that. We'll put the cheese in there. You know, it occurs to me to just throw on the biggest hook I can, but it's easy to just take a quick peek. The max I can use is a 4.0. So hook wise, the biggest I happen to have is a 2, and I'm pretty sure I can use a 2 and get away with that. So if I've then got enough rod to make this work, and I'm pretty sure I do, except I'm going to, of course, hook up my challenges. We'll go with, oh boy, we'll do that. Alright, need some silvers. Alright, look at this get up. So this first rod is a stale, and it's got that super slow hund. You know, it's got a 5.51 for its gear ratio, so it pulls them in nice and slow. But I'll tell you, I don't find it strong enough to do much. But I've got a standard mediator off this the Gilgamesh, which is beautiful, but again, not very strong. And off the Rushy, I've got the Visionary Director, a good bait casting, super strong, strength's 15, plenty of strength in the line at 25, but I've got it rigged up bad, right? Like, we need to use cheese. So I'll probably end up using this Def Nexus. You know, it's 25-15, so it's got a line strength of 15 on it, right? Here, I'm using monofilament. I've got the Pure Champion on it, which is, you know, it's at least it's got 8. But that lets me then float, and I can then use cheese, right? Probably should change that out to a 2 and go with something like that, right? Then I don't have to change out too much. We can float this guy in here if we get to him, and I just need to make sure I have enough cheese. I have 40. So what other things does this champ take? Let's take a quick peek. If we go to our journal, and then into our handbook, and tab over to the legendaries, we're not going for Goldstein, we're going for Goldstein. He takes red worm and leeches too. So, you know, both of those are bait fish. So how much of that do I got on hand? I need redfish. I need these right here. Leech and redworm. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. So here's where our journey now goes. You can see I've got a waypoint here from my previous sidewinder adventures. And today we're not going over there. Today we're going to be over on the dry side. And I think we're going to be somewhere in here. Somewhere in there. Let me have a look. I'm going to peek at the Discord and see what people are saying about where we can find this little guy. Hold one moment. Here is Discord now, looking at the trophy gallery. We don't need this one. That's Norway. Alright, we're looking for our good friend Big Larry. These are all Burbots. Alright, you can see him somewhere off that little jig, right in here. So we'll see him in the water, because it's not very deep there, hopefully, and we'll be able to drop the line in. So let's just get over there. Let's just get on over there. We'll put in right here. And we'll change it up a little bit. get some fresh music on. Sorry. Okay. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully somebody just joined us. Sure appreciate any follows that have just happened. I can stop what I'm doing at some point and take a peek. We'll give you a shout out. But we're out here right now by ourselves. Oh my gosh, look guys, it's dark. And I'm fishing all by myself. I'm lonely. And we're gonna be using this lovely rushy right here. I can't wait. I'm a little bit flabbergasted. Let's get out big orange right here. Look at that boat. Boy, she missed me. Here we go. Alright, we're in dry country. And you know what? It occurred to me, look, it's 4:42 in the morning. And that's good for us. Because that means that when the sun comes up, we're going to be able to see what we're doing. And until then, I can't cast to him if I see him, right? And it's a guessing game a little bit. But we got the sun coming up in an hour or less of game time. And I'm going to sit right here. And then we're going to re-review my rig up. Right? Like I've got this sweet, super sweet match rod for this job today because we're fishing with cheese. And this is a good strong rod. It's the most expensive match rod in game. And what I love about it is it's 4 meters long. It's 12 feet long, right? So it reaches out a mile and it'll cast it a mile. So it shouldn't be any trouble for us to drop this bait wherever we want. And I got a lot of it, and we're fishing that built out here on my number 5, or excuse me, my number 4 with the 2. And I do have a cute little waggler, my favorite waggler. And I've gone ahead with monofilament because I want to be able to see this line in the water. Not for any apparent reason other than I can see where I've thrown it, and separately, good abrasion resistance, right? I use the braided line for heavier fish. This isn't the biggest of all Legends for sure, because it's just a catfish. So having said that, let's get one last reminder of what we're up to. Here's our champion right here. Last time I caught him, it was this rig up right here. Except I'm using a different rod now. I'm using a stronger rod than the stale rod, and I'm using a different get up down the line. But other than that, you can see it's still the pure champion. I'm just using a match rod now instead of that spin rod. All right, should be fun. So I get to now take my glasses off so I can see a little bit better. We're going to put that down in the water to 5. I just want to see if I can see this guy. Because he likes to pop up to the surface and swim around. And as soon as you see him, you cast out to him, and hopefully he'll go for your bait. Off we go. But it's still pretty dark, so I can't see very well. So you see, I hear a fish, I quickly look. But we can also just drop this out here and see if he comes to us, right? Because that's what's going to happen. When we see him, we're going to try and lure him with a piece of bait. So it doesn't hurt to put that in the water now. Because as you know, channel catfish are keen and will be known to go a long ways for their bait. FYI. So while we sit and wait for that, I can multitask a little bit, which I appreciate. Chilling out. Sun's getting ready to come up. Look how long that rod is. It's a mile. It's a mile long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 spokes. And where are we? We're kind of right in this little area right in here. Right? Somewhere in here we're going to be able to get him. I'm going to cast a little bit further out now. Just put it out there. Did you see that? I enabled auto cast just to try it out. And I have auto reel on as well. And I put that somewhere out there. And I'm hoping I can lure that big daddy all the way back. And how nice is this, guys? It's so beautiful. Look at those clouds. The sun's coming up. It looks absolutely fantastic. And we're hanging out here. And we're kind of just at the edge of that river, right? The river opening. A little bit further down than Pike Island here. Big Larry, I've caught him somewhere in here before, or was it on the other side? I can't remember. I can't remember. I think it was like right in here. He's out here today, and at least so I've heard. And Big Larry is a channel catfish, and we're just going to have some fun out here. I'm not working on any private builds. Bestefar is drinking coffee, getting amped up. Amped up! Ready to do push-ups. Bestefar's getting back in shape. And we're just chilling. Oh my goodness, did you see that? That was a nice pike jump right there. But we are truly enjoying one of the neatest aspects of this game for me. And that's that calm feeling you get when you just get out there, toss a line in the water, and then just enjoy the landscape for hours and hours on end. I would probably throw out my float line and put it in a rod holder. And I'd be pulling or jigging on the other side of the boat. Oh my goodness. Good times. Good times. I'm waiting for the sun to come up. I'll be able to see this guy in the water if he surfaces, and then we won't have to just, come up with crafty conversation. We'll have something to do, like cast in that direction. And I need to turn off that casting option, for God's sakes. Accessibility, casting. Oh goodness. Access cast off. Okay. Everybody looking in the water? He says to himself. I know we get a lot more viewers that just pop on and pop off a lot nowadays. I'm just taken by how awesome these colors are. Got the blues on. Game time is 5:32. We need it to be about 6. We'll be able to finally see the sun. And we're just gonna sit out here and enjoy ourselves. Pour a little more coffee. Now, here's a conversation item. I don't remember if Big Larry tickles the bait or not. I think he does. So I'll get a little bit of a warning if he takes a bite. But look at that. Look at that water. So pretty. And we're just gonna keep our eye open for that big feller. Goodness gracious, how pretty is that? Coming back after a day or two, haven't played on imBestefar. Sun's about to pop over the surface. Kind of feel like I'm a little too far out here on the middle, but you know, what can you do? You know, here's what they did. Oh, we don't need that. We need this. See, right there in the middle, pa-ching. That's right where we are, but I'm on. That's just where they caught him. That doesn't mean that's where he spawns, so we're playing a guessing game. But at least we got music. Oh, my poor nose. Be-day-no. But, you know, what's 10 minutes? Pretty soon we're going to be able to see this guy and we're going to get him. Oh. Bestefar is gonna get those arms ready for riding. Oh my goodness, so pretty. Look at this beautiful sky and skyline. Wow. The sun on all that orange rock. So nice. Just wait for it to get more like daylight and I can see this little guy. we're just gonna put that out there and let it sit. Get all smelly. We'll chum the water with stinky cheese. Oh, Grandpa, you're so damn good. What are you gonna do? We're gonna sit here and fish. I should look in my handbook and see what my statistics are for him. I think I've only caught him twice. Can't remember now. Getting old. Waiting for that sun to come up. 5:45. Also caught him over here. So I've caught him over here, right off this bridge. I should mark it. But we don't want to miss seeing him. Seeing him really is all the benefit, because once you know where he's at, you can cast out to him and hope for your chance. And I do have a smaller hook if for whatever reason we think that number 2 is too big. Can't imagine that being a problem. I just get memorized by looking at the water. As I should, it looks beautiful. There's a nice pike in the water. Yeah. He's pretty fat in the water, that's for sure. Waiting for it to get light outside. See my lure out there, ready to get that bait going. Oh, I do wish I could free look while I sit here and hold this so that I could see where else he is in the water. That's totally cool. We've only been sitting here 20 minutes, so you know. Excuse me. gonna be a beautiful day. It's sunny out. We're just tossing it, putting it out there while we wait until we can see him. And so I'm just scanning the water. Cheese, redworm, leeches. Hello, who may have joined. Welcome aboard. About to see a great sunrise. So pretty. Sitting out here hoping we get a chance to lure in with some bait. Big Larry! Big Larry! And it's been done before, so I know it can happen. Oh, look at that. We ended up with a nice subscriber. Diesel Twin Turbo, buddy. Big thank you for becoming a subscriber. I sure hope you'll stick around with us and chat, and I can get a chance to meet you and know you. I'm a very social player, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for your subscription. Sitting here checking out this beautiful, absolutely beautiful sunrise. And I'm just taking. I'm taking because I love fishing. And I love the outdoors. And I've been working on the private builds for 2 straight days, so I'll tell you what, I'm happy as heck to be out here fishing for imBestefar. Yeah, let's do it. I'm getting amped up. I got my coffee going. And I'm just having fun sort of chasing what this character wants to do now. He's got a lot of gear, and he's got, check it, I've got almost 60K saved. 6 in the morning, gonna be able to see soon. Sunrise has happened. I'm kind of waiting for that sun to take that reflection off so that I can really see in the water if he spawns up, so that I can, you know, cast out to him. I don't know that I'm in the exact right spot.
She said she was a lion tamer.
But I'm using the rod that's going to let me cast a long ways. And I'm using the magical stinky cheese, not just the normal stinky cheese.
That's good.
You know, the kind you put on chili, the stinky cheese.
That's it. That's good.
That's what I said. It's going to make me make chili.
That's it.
So while we're waiting for complete and total sun, it is absolutely gorgeous here in Seattle. Good weather. Good weather. Springtime. My dogs are snoozing in the shade. And my grass is green. I mean, what better is there than that? We're just kind of finding our way around looking for this.
I said I was a cloud collector. She said, that's good. A scintillating skyborn.
I'm going to go a little over there,
She said,
more towards the bridge.
a fingertip delight detector. She said, that's good. I pressed the panic button, prophet. She said, oh, come off it. I said,
Sitting there at the stinky cheese on 0.5, ready to load,
be impressed.
ready to go.
Silent, smiling, tough to quit and scoot
Let's
off
get out there,
the shit.
right there where those rings were,
She said, she wouldn't dream of it.
and let's just let that cheese bake for a minute.
Dream that is. She dreamed the silent islands, through the soft, private islands, spelled away rough like cloth, like an arrow feels when it leaves the bow. They said we sparked each other's
Yeah,
fiction.
singing the blues, brother.
We said, that's good. I bet the farm on love's confections. We said, that's good.
I'm really hoping he surfaces so that cuts my wait time.
We said, that's good.
I mean,
La vida loca, adios.
that cuts fishing down. It makes it a lot more like catching.
We said, who wouldn't have it any other way?
But I'm seeing fish rings. There's fish in the water. It's beautiful out.
Okay. But don't be thinking we're gonna be impressed by any of your bittersweet love's unique, so get used to it. Shit. We said, wouldn't dream of it. But we did.
But you know, it is almost impossible to know if we're in the right place. Just looking in the water. It's quiet and beautiful. Got ourselves a sunrise to ourselves. And there's no one else out here noteworthy. Yet. It's early in the morning. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do those cool mentions in the chat window. Sure happy to be out here though. Oh my gosh. I have an absolute fantastic lake trout spot that I can't wait to try out on this map. As I said before, I've been working on testing the private build. So imBestefar has been sitting back here on the public build, and I hope the spot I have found is the one, because that's a great place to go level. And if it is, I can't wait, because what's going to happen is I'm going to go show everybody how to do lake trout fishing when you're early level, to do some power leveling, because it's really, really good XP for fishing silver lake trout. And I can, while I've got you here on the map, I'll tell you, it's down here in this lake down here. I'll show you where to go. We'll do that another time. Right now what we're doing is getting a better look at this water now that it's starting to get sunny. And I'm hopeful that we can drop that line in near Big Larry and we can lure him in with that bait. And he's not really that difficult to catch. I guess he feels heavy for the Pure Champion reel, for sure. But I wouldn't say it's not doable. And it's a tough fight. The Pure Champion can handle it. But we gotta see him in the water before we really know where to go. So I'm just constantly scanning for rings. You can see I've moved away from my original spot a bit. I keep seeing those rings out there. See, way out there. Boom, out there. Casted that 39 meters. Oh, look at that water. Oh, that water is epic. What a beautiful sunrise. That looked like a bass. Some cool blues going today. Just looking for Big Larry. Boy, that's right out there. It's right where they were. I don't know if it was him or not. But we've got our bait in the water and we're just going to wait and see. And while we wait, we're going to dream of Big Larry. It's hard to see all those rings going by and not have it bite the line. Boy, the reality is it's been a while since Bestefar's caught Big Larry. And on the other side, just as a point of conversation, we have Store Henry has spawned in the waterfall of the second lake, where we all love to catch diamond of a variety. I'll take you there next if we get ourselves so bored trying to find Big Larry. That was the goal, was today I'd have a double. And it all really hinges on being able to see these guys, although in the case of Store Henrik is, he's bait as well, or jig, right? A couple of different ways to get him. I think I used a worm on this rod last time for him. Boy, I'm seeing a lot of fish in the water. Makes me wanna fish. Sure seeing a lot of fish. I do wish I could lure him in somehow. I feel so out of control dropping a piece of bait in the water and just waiting, but it's what we got to do. But we can't see him, and so you got to be watching for him. He's going to come up to the surface. He's going to get a big gulp of air, and he's going to go back down. But yeah, you don't catch anything unless that bait's in the water, so at some point you have to commit and just drop it down and give it a go while we wait. Makes me wonder how deep it is here, because he's obviously coming up from the bottom to get to this. I could put that bait a lot lower. I don't think it changes our situation too much though. But yeah, there's no one else around here to kind of confirm we're in the right spot either. There's pike in the water, there's bass in the water. See the pike jumping right by me there. Guys, I'm sorry for all the silence. I'm just doing my part to mentally think through everything. At least we can see the water now. You see why I'm hesitant to put it in the water. I want to be able to look around and see if he pops up. You know, like, there he is. I'm ready. That's how it's gone for me in the past with this guy. But this is a big open area. Look at that. Nice jump right there. If we're lucky, we'll see him jump even. Anyways, let's lower this down to the maximum so the cheese is all the way down. Not that that's going to do anything for us. Sure is pretty. Just pike everywhere. Look, pike and bass. See, they're right there in the water. Anyways, I'm going to just drop this right close, and I'm going to leave it real close, and we're just going to keep scanning out. Gotta have more determination than the legend. Gotta be a legend yourself. A legendary patience person. For sure. You know what I'm saying? I think we might. Hey, Buck, I'm gonna wander on down to Silver Strand myself. See that? It's just so close. It's right on that line and that line, and I do believe we are so at the right spot. We are. Little bit slow this morning on the hunt for the big Larry. It's a Northern Pike dance show. Man, I fished up off that island straight ahead of us there for a long time for pike. Wish I could fish for something else while we're doing this. Look at all those pike, they're everywhere. Just got to leave it out there. Trust that he'll find it. Kind of surprised we haven't seen him surface once. Seeing a lot of other fish though. A lot of bass. But yeah, this wraps up the first hour of our stream today. Has been just waiting for Big Larry. So I'm not going to make you guys that have been hanging on and viewing with me too much longer. We'll skip out and we'll go over to the Norwegian region and see if we can, for whatever reason, get luckier with Store Henrik. So I'm down for that. Because obviously it's a little hard to see. Ooh, look at that enormous ring out there. This makes me feel like I'm in the wrong spot sometimes, but you know, what do you do? Nice jumping fish out there. But yeah, he'll be here for us all week. The good news is that I'm going to go ahead and leave a mark. And that's because it's possible. I won't label it until we know. But I will take us to Norway. So that we can get out there and hopefully get some action on. I gotta, here, before we get going too fast, I'm like, where am I? So, fish active. I'm out here on the top lakes. And we think we're going right here. Or no, we're going right here actually. See, this guy's already fishing him. Because it's from right here. Cape Paul is right here. We're fishing for Store Henrik. Boy, lots of purple on this map. We're going right here. And I might even be able to do this without a boat. Oh my gosh, check it out. I am seeing a cash item. Look at that, right there. First of all, there's dudes down there fishing. How pretty is that? We'll change servers so that there's no one else around us. We need to go get that. I need to leave a mark here. For that. And then separately, I'm logging out so I can get my own server. So be patient. We're going to do this again. I'm going to load her back up. I don't want to fish next to those guys. And I think you don't either. All right. We got to get a boat, so we're going to need to launch from that dock we see down there. See it way down there. We're looking at the dock right there. So the fastest way to get here in a boat is to launch from here. All right, fellow friends and family, we got out our favorite big orange. Did I tell you that I juiced up my boat named Big Orange with juice? Did anybody get that? Orange juice? I've never said that before. All right. We are in the right place. This is where I like to look sideways and look at the 3D rendering of the trees. So beautiful. So beautiful. All right, so we're heading to a place we think's got some supercharged legendary Burbot. And you guys saw I found an item up there as well. Look at that. This is a beautiful spot. Look at that. This is beautiful here. So this is the spot. Now, this is that moment where what we're going to do, just to be helpful, let's take a peek. At our last catch of Burbot. Sorry, it's taken me a moment. I only have thousands of pictures now of fish. Here we go. Here is Store Henrik, and you can see that I used the stale rod, the Pure Champion, and a red worm. So today we're going to use a rod that's a little bit tougher than this, the same rod and the same bait. So let's get out that number 4, and let's get that bait off of Stinky Cheese and onto red worm. Let's check our hook size. I think number 2 will work, and if it doesn't, I'll go to a bigger one or a smaller one. I have others. Put this at 3, and let's put that out there. And I'm pretty sure he's just going to go for it if he's there. It might take a while, and it might be that I have to cast all the way in there. Right? It might be I have to put the lure all the way in there, and I could just land the boat and be right there on the shore and catch him. I'm more certain of that being what will work than what I'm trying, because I'm not very far in, right? And that star up there is a cash item, not a fish. So, you know, at this point, I'm going to do what my gut tells me to do, which is park the boat right here. Come over here and try and cast right in the heart of that. Because the last time we got Store Henrik, well, it was actually super funny. I think a friend of my Monster Cats jumped his Jeep right over the top of me as I was playing him. That was so funny because it caught me by surprise, obviously. All right, let's get a little bit closer to here and see if I can, because we were casting from clear out there. I really feel like he's going to be in the waterfall. And why do I feel that way? Well, I'll tell you what. If you go to Henrik's tab inspect and read this out, he fought a waterfall for 20 days and 20 nights and won, causing it to dry up for good. This is a fish that loves waterfalls, loves to fight waterfalls. So, you know, he's in there. So, I don't think it's going to matter where we put this bait in terms of being by the float, but you know, if you leave it up, you'll get a chance to see him. But let's get it in there. You know, I'm not all the way in there, but I'm pretty close. And we're sitting on a red worm. And the water's real murky. It's kind of hard to tell if he's, you know, if you're going to see it or not. And I'll be honest, I haven't seen it caught here. I only have seen pictures, so I don't know. But gosh, based on everything else I've figured out, we can try and leave it here and drop it in somewhere close by. You know, last time we had our hook right in the waterfall when we were hooking Store. So I guess I don't know what I don't know. And I've got an absolutely huge hook on it. It's like a number 2. But that should freaking work, because it works for the bait. So, you know. But we have the internet. And we have Discord handy. You can see we were off looking for other things. I'll put this picture up. And you can see they're catching him right at the waterfall. Where are we? We're right at the waterfall. casting right in that hole. So, you know, what makes me want to get that bait right in there? Boy, this is precarious. See, look, I can't even get it. I can go too far with it. Alright, well, that's all I can do, I guess. That's a little frustrating. If I cast too far, it thinks that I haven't dropped it in. It does make for an interesting view, does it not? All right, good times, good times. We've got chillin' blues. Come on, Store Henrik, give us a show. Yeah, let me get that out of there. A lot of people are using liver as bait. I'll point out, I've seen cheese work on Henrik. A lot of people using cheese on both Henrik and Big Larry. You know, so there's no reason we can't, you know, do something like this. Since Red Worm's not being a fan. Hey, Big Larry, you like cheese? Come here. We'll go to 0.5 for you because we love you. We'll cast a few times because we think that you're, you know, a little special needs. But there's nothing wrong with that. We've got the cheese going. Yeah. Give this a little bit, obviously, and if it doesn't take, it's going to require that we put a smaller hook on. I think I got a 2 on there. We're getting struck out. We're getting struck out. See that 2? I feel like that 2 is too big. So we'll put a 6 on. Oh, that wasn't too hard. this is fun. Just trying to get it right by the edge. Come on now. Alright, so we put a different hook on. We had a number 2 hook on. You know, a big hook. Now we're back in the middle range, like a 6. And we put the stinky cheese on. And I do see fish in the water, very, very few, but I do. Got a hit. Here comes a hit. It's going to be any fish. Yep. Look at that. We got a bullhead. But at least we got a fish. See, hook size matters big time. That's what's going to prevent smaller or bigger fish from taking what you're offering. And I don't know. Oh, I can see a small one coming in right under me here. Look. Right there. Right there. See that? Right by the end of the rod. Right there is a little guy. We're going to get a little strike. It's alright, catching silvers. That's how it goes. I'm going to put this one different spot. Maybe a little left, more left. Oh man, I'm catching so many now that I can just see they're all going for that bait. So that just makes me want to do something else. Alright, handbook, journal, burbot, liver, shad, redworm, shad. Boy, that makes me think of something interesting. Let's do this. Let's see if I can get a shad rigged here. I don't think I have one though. I have tubes. But I can easily go get one. Alright, now we're thinking. I didn't use this last time. All right. Oh, that's a little disappointing. I don't want to use these because they're not leveled. So let's do this. Let's take this bait. So we got just making space. nice large worm. And you don't need the medium rod. Let's take the small one just cause, and it needs a 5. So I have the 5. So we'll take the 7 off. So at least with this config, see, I can drop the shad on. So that leads us, let's just try that, but let's at least make sure that the 4 rod can put liver here. All right, so liver. There we go, right here. Needs a 5. So, on the 4 rod, we've got liver. All right, so we got 2 rods ready to go. Oh, sorry, I'm just being a dork. All right, back to business, back to business. And I'm gonna walk there. I'm gonna walk down and catch this fish. And we're gonna avoid the cash item. Here, everybody, here's a secret. Tip of the day. Tip of the beautiful day. Look at that cash item over there. Where are we? We are in Second Lake. Right by where we're going to catch Big Larry, down in there. So let's get down there. Okay, we're here again. Hello, everybody, family and friends. I need to take a little potty break, so I want to do that real quick before we start casting. So, before too long, we're going to be doing some new action, so just hang in there with me, okay? We will be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. are. Let's return to the scene of the crime. Today, ladies and gentlemen, your hero, imBestefar, has returned to a location where we expect that we can catch Store Henrik. And we're gonna try first this little shad with a little bit of jig. But I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to cast it and have it drop down. See, it's 6 feet of water. To jig this is going to be like nothing. Well, we have definitely snuck something on the line. Did you see that? It just happened so quick. Oh my gosh, look everybody, it's Store Henrik right there. This is so underwhelming. Did everybody just see that? I mean, I dropped that shad in with a question mark, and it must have just conked the guy in the freaking head, because he took it and it came up inside 23 seconds. 23 seconds. Okay, well, let's just take a screenshot of that. And let's just take a screenshot of that. Oh, that was awesome, guys. Not expected. Seriously, not expected. Here's the thing. Here's what just happened. That's bait selection completely. 100%. There's nothing in this water taking shad. So when I dropped that shad in the line, wherever he was, he went for it. And I jigged it like 2 times in 6 meters of water, and he took a strike. And I didn't even have to, you know, because it's 3 feet deep, he's already ready to be pulled in. And because I've got a big heavy rod and big heavy line and big heavy reel, came right in. So, you know, let's take a peek at what we just did. That was just nuts. That was just nuts. I just did not expect that. Here's the former, right? The former one took me 1 minute and 31 seconds. This one, and I'll have to find it now, this one, 23 seconds on a shad. So it's pretty, I'm a little underwhelmed with Store Henrik, but for those of you that that know me, you know me as a tester, and that I try very hard to break things, and I try very hard to figure things out. I'm a little autistic. I just stay on things. And you can tell that it paid off, because we got another purple dot on the mark. Look at that. Got some more purple. So that's a neat moment. So, you know, we'll quickly just find ourselves back at the store here. Awesome. 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 Just a moment. Just checking on my pooches, checking on my dogs, checking on my dogs. Gotta make sure they're okay. Alright, so what else is in our challenge queue? Nothing for today. Brown trout, bream, any silvers would be good. And we should probably try to get back and see if we can get I'm sorry, I'm just populating out my challenges. And come back and do those another day for sure. Look at those. Quantity 30, quantity 40, quantity 30. I'm perfect. Perfect. We'll go salmon fishing with imBestefar. Alright, so now let's not waste time. We've had some good action. In wrap up, we got Store Henrik. Let's go now back to the main menu. And let's move ourselves back to GRR and see if we'll get lucky with a little bit of Big Larry. And there he is. There he has spawned. And we think he's out here somewhere. We don't know. But it's perfect daytime now. So let's get out Big Orange. And we've got a rig up to do probably. But we're ready to rock and roll. Coming off a win. And it's now midday out here in the dry side of the lake. Yeah! Ha! Sorry, I was having too much fun there. Alright, so now we're fishing for Big Larry. We need to put Stinky Cheese on a 5. Now, I'd be curious if liver does the work on Larry as well, because Larry, like all catfish, likes a lot of things. Notice how liver's on the menu, but cheese, red worm leeches, liver. So let's start with cheese like we did last time. Obviously it was early and we couldn't see, so you know, maybe we'll get lucky. Let's get off this. Let's get on the 4. We'll put the cheese back on. We'll use the 4 rod, the Deft Nexus, extra heavy. The Monster. Let's definitely put the bait down a little bit. And this is really where we want to be able to see him. This is the perfect time of day, because now we don't have a ton of reflection on the water to fight with, and we can see if he pops. You know, but while we're doing that, we gotta keep that bait in the water. But gosh, I have a feeling we're gonna get lucky. We're gonna get lucky if we get him. And here's why I say that. Because this will be like the 3rd or the 4th time I've got him now. When we look on the map, like last time he was right in here. And this is a small area for him to move around in. So you're casting little short casts, waiting for him to pop up, right? The other time we got him, he was on the other side of this bridge, right? Where you could see up or down, you could see him in the water, right? Well, now we're sitting out here in the middle of a huge lake. It's deep. We can't see where he goes. We can't see him at all. We can't cast out to him and know where he is unless we happen to drive by and see him in the water. Now, this makes for interesting conversation, because like Spillfiend stays at the surface. And he's so big you can see him from a ways off. Enough that when I went to go get him, I stopped the boat in the area where I thought he'd be based on someone's point. I stopped and there he was in the water. You know, you could see him. You know, but that's not going to be the case with a catfish that sits on the bottom. So, you know, here we sit hoping that he'll come up off the bottom to get a piece of bait. We're not going to see him in the water. And that's why this is hard. And that's why not as many people are finding Big Larry yet. Now, Big Larry does come to the surface, and when he comes to the surface, he's big. You can see him. We should be able to see him if he does, but he doesn't stick around, right? So you got to get lucky. So, you know, you want to have yourself ready to go. And it's fun to just hope, right? Like, this is that time where you just, geez, am I going to get lucky? I also feel like I'd do better with liver. Because I just don't know anything else that takes liver besides catfish and burbot. It's funny, we just got off the couple of bottom dwellers for legends, right? But we got a fresh Diet Coke. Welcome to your day, everybody. I have a really good attitude today. Been lifting weights, getting ready to ride my bike again. Good times. Good times. Good times. Oh, I just don't know what to do about Larry, though. I don't. I'm being completely honest. Because now I'm out of my element. He's not even contained. I can't. He could be anywhere out here. There's nothing preventing him from roaming. Nothing. So he spawns and he roams. Right? So at this point you just keep looking for a really big fish in the water. And you can see little fish in the water. See, look at that cute little guy. So if he's in the water and he's at the surface, you'll see him. He's big. But he's got to come up. See, there's a little one way out there. This is more about looking for him than it is about leaving bait in the water, I think. This is where you need the double decker. What is, that's my shadow in the water right there that you're looking at, straight in the middle. See, it's hanging right there, swinging. See, I can make it swing. All right, now, come on. Big Larry, what do I got to give you a joint? Smoking a joint with Big Larry. Seeing a lot of fish in the water, just not Big Larry. So I put the blues on because, god damn it, we're not having any success with Big Larry. But we, you know, we just came off a legendary catch on Store Henrik. But holy cow, how underwhelming is that? 23 seconds. I'm gonna complain. Store Henrik was underwhelming. Yeah, I should just be fishing for lake trout until I see him or something. So out of complete total humor, because I'm convinced I've got 5-6 days to get him, right? So since we've got this sitting here, let's put, like, I could just go with this small shad. Where's that small shad? It's sitting off of what? This guy, right? So I'll put the small shad out there on the 5 off the rushy. We'll switch out, we'll drop down. We're in 60 feet of water. Maybe there's trout here, right? I'll fish for lake trout, and I'll be fishing for lake trout, and Big Larry will swim by and go, "You dumbass!" Oh, okay, but that does mean that I got a jig. But that's okay. I've done a lot of jigging with imBestefar. And now we're fishing, you know, with the shad in our off cycles of frustration, watching for Big Larry in an area where we don't know if there's any lake trout. And you're hoping for success. Yeah, well, you know, hey, guys, it is what it is. It's fishing. It's fun. That's how you find shit, though. But I don't think I'm going to find shit with this shad, that's for sure. I generally am not fishing for shad on lake trout. Let me just check the handbook real quick. See, the spoon spinner crankbait. We do have a nice diamond. Look at that guy. 18 kilogram. That guy was massive. But the rest, tube, worm, grub, shad. See, I was sitting here on shad. Let's go to tube, guys. I've got them. I've got them. I've got tubes. I've even got worms. Right? So let's just put the tube on. But see, it's a largie for that hook size. So maybe I'm going to re-rig that. Good, lured it. Oh, and I only have the 5 hook. So, oh shit, shit. Okay. Yep, only got the 5e. But I can throw worm on, and I can certainly throw tube on. Tube was first. We'll do tube. And while I'm, you know, out here all distracted for lake trout that we don't know are here at all, and I would never fish here for lake trout, but we're gonna, because I'm bored. We're gonna look for Big Larry on the horizon, and if we see him, we'll switch rods over here to the 4, and we'll throw out the liver, okay? Everybody with me? Okay, let's get back on track. Throwing out the jig. Throwing out the jig. Sure would appreciate a few hellos. Bunch of viewers coming by. I really appreciate just a hi. Don't care if you backseat or not. I don't do this for money. I do this for fun. All right, let's jig that little worm now and see if we can do it up off the bottom and get lucky. Always takes a while for that bait to get to the jig. Remember, don't get impatient. You can jig in one spot endlessly and wait for a fish to come to you at the expense of holding down the space bar. So, you know, don't be afraid to give that a try. However, you're not moving the bait, you're just jiggling it around up and down. So, you know, at that point, you're not testing a lot of area for fish. So don't be afraid to cast outward. But I don't expect to catch any lake trout here at all. I don't know what would take soft plastic out here. I'm pretty sure we put the worm on. We put the tube on. So let's put the, I'm going to put the worm on next. I'm not very committed to doing the fishing like this because I'm obviously wanting to scan the horizon for Big Larry. Look at that nice pike right there. Makes me want to get out my little flowy. See if I can get him in. Look at me try. I throw a quick rod in. I use the stale a lot for spin. See, just a short cast, I can get quite a lot of time in the water to get anything that's real close to the boat. Of course, that was swim bait, so no wonder it didn't catch a damn thing. I was hoping it was my spinner. We can obviously fish for pike with whatever we want while we're looking for Big Larry. See, if I spin fish like this, I can keep my eye on the horizon completely. I'm just trying to keep the XP and the fun going while I keep my eye out for the legend, because I honestly don't feel like it's advantageous to just drop bait in the water and wait. But the Hund reel and I have a bad relationship. I like rushies. They're stronger and faster. His ain't catching nothing. And this is like a spinner, so we'll just take a quick peek at what it is. You know, because we're just out here in the middle of a lake on a hot summer day. Oh, that's why. It's a 2-0. Guys, look at me. So I'm not going to catch shit on a 2-0. See, these are all too big. 2, 2-0, 2, 2-0. I was out fishing big. I should just use this spinnerbait 5 and just see what comes in, or jerkbait. Honestly, jerkbait 5 will definitely catch fish out here. Should catch pike. You know, what we want out here is Big Larry. But Big Larry is not showing his face. So now we're getting bored, and, you know, 2 hours into the stream, we're just going to catch some fish at this point. Nice bass right in front of me. There we go. Got some action, finally. Man, it would break my heart to put Larry on this stale rod, though, because this Hund is not strong enough at all. I mean, it's going to struggle with pike, but it's going to get good XP. It's a strong rod and it's not a very strong reel. But it will make a pike fight very fun. See, I'm putting a ton of tension on that. Look, 60%. And it's not really changing the aspect of the fight too much. And I've gone to using auto reel just because I'm catching hundreds and hundreds of fish a day when I'm testing the private build. And I'm just trying to give my arm a break. But yeah, so it feels so good to be out here with imBestefar. This is my favorite account. Look, I'm up at 144 now. I've just completely fallen in love with this character. This game, this experience, it's super fun. Super fun. And I'm happy to share it with people. So, if I have to play this silver northern pike for like 5 minutes, you're going to see me switch out my rod or my reel, right? It's fun to do that, but that when you're grinding, you want to bring them in a little bit quicker. See, this is a pike. You can see him in the water down there. Look how nice that looks. It's going to be good XP for this little guy. Definitely a bronze or a silver though. Good looking silver on the jerkbait. See, it's just not easy to do though. 3 minutes of fish. Still good XP though. Great XP. But why are we here? We're here for Big Larry. We sure wish we could see him. We think we're going to see him. Kind of want to switch out my reel. You know, I could fish right here with this guy, my bait caster, because I've got so much more strength on the mediator. You know, so let's take this jerkbait off and put on crank. We'll go over here and we'll go back to the jerkbait on the Gilgamesh, because the Gilgamesh does have, you know, it's a bait caster. It's got a lot more strength. And the reason why we're pulling again is because it lets me see the surface. You know, I can still run in to have a chance of seeing him. And if that happens, I'll cut my line and we'll quickly switch rods. See, I'm getting XP doing my quests while we wait. That's what you got to do. Of course, my lure's not doing shit right now. I'm going to put a spinner on it. Because spinners, oh, it's that 2.0. It's too big. That's what, it's just too big. I don't have all the gear I would normally use, so we're just making do. Using a spinner bait instead of a spinner, for example. But that's fine. I'm not, it doesn't matter what I catch now. I'm just trying to keep my eye on the horizon for Big Larry. You know, not even caring where the so much where the lures are in the water column, because I'm just pulling to stay busy. But it's a matter of working through it. Nice big bass right under me there. See that? Nice largemouth bass. See, so this bait caster, look how much easier it pulled that in. Of course, you know, it's a bronzy, but not near the XP. Look at that guy just saying, hey man, maybe I'll get lucky with you right now. Watch this. Bam! That's called number 5 spinnerbait, buddy. Heck yeah. Pick up the Quicksilver. Look at that. Of course, it's on again, a big rig, so I understand it's not much XP, but it sure is fun to pick up the fish you see in the water. We're just trying to see more fish in the water. I think we should move the boat a little bit. Excuse me and my hotkey madness. Just want a different view. Want to make sure I'm seeing as much of the water as I can. Look, there's a nice bass right there. Another bass right there. A lot of bass in the water, obviously. Another bass right there. Don't normally expect to see so many bass in the water. You know, it wouldn't hurt to just pull a couple of those in. You know what I mean. That's why you keep the spinnerbait handy. See, these guys are easy to get in. XP in the boat while you're waiting, if you know what I'm saying. Something jumped